from the little girl.
Baby, she's going up.
Oh, what happened? The video got blocked. Why?
Oh,
Oh, because of the music. So you gotta say I do not own the rights to the music playing in this video. And that's so yummy. Hey y'all, hey Tinky Moon.
Is it still playing?
Huh?
Is it still playing?
Oh, I'm on Instagram, remember?
Alexa, stop.
Instagram, YouTube. Thank you guys for joining Cocktails and Conversation. We will go live at 8 o'clock. Just bear with us while we allow our viewers to join. Did you already add Rio?
What's his name?
Rio
Or
Razy or something like that. Rose. Maybe it's Rose. That sounds like it would be right.
I have a Rosie Bees. That's it.
Oh, that might be it. He changes his name a lot. Hold on, there's a text right there. So do I have to get in? Okay, so does he need to be on the live in order to get in?
Let me see. Hold on. And what is the name again?
Rio. Rose.
R-I-O?
R-I-O, then R-O-Z-A-Y.
R-A-Z-Y?
R-O. R-O-Z-A-Y.
It's not showing he's in it. Don't show him. Tell him he probably gonna have to join it, and then we'll. Let's see here.
Okay, so I just told him to join.
Yeah. That's not what I'm looking for.
So while we wait for a few viewers to join us, what you do today?
I did some work, and that's it.
That's it.
I didn't really do much. I did a little work, and then you know how I do. I try to avoid people.
No, I feel you. How was your weekend? How was your Valentine's Day?
I say in the bed, girl, you know I ain't got no Valentine's. I bought my kids stuff.
Yeah, that's
That was
always
like-
sweet.
Yeah. That's about it.
What you cook? I know you cooked something
Today?
for Valentine's.
You asked me about something 2 days ago. Let me see, what did I cook? I don't recall.
So you just bought sweets for kids? That's it?
No, well, I bought them teddy bears and chocolates, and then I made Valentine's Day cookies for them. You know what I did? I made baked tilapia with and shrimp with a Cajun cream sauce
Okay,
with asparagus and yellow rice.
that sounds good. How you cook your asparagus? With
I like-
bacon?
No,
No.
I'm on a diet,
Oh, okay.
so I just sauteed it.
Because I've only tried to cook asparagus one time because one of my friends had cooked some. It was good, and I was like, I want to try that.
Let me tell you something. So I like squash.
Okay.
When I was a kid, I hated squash.
Mm-hmm.
Found out the reason why I did not like squash so much was because of the fact that my mom did not know how to cook it. She told me, girl, she told me she was over here Monday and told me that she didn't know how to cook it. She was experimenting.
And she made y'all eat it.
Yes.
Childhood trauma.
Girl, I'm just sitting there like, this got to be the most boo-boo stuff I ever heard in my life. You gonna have us eat some stuff somebody experiment. I tell people, I'm like, my mom is she's not a good cook.
Yeah.
But now I realize she just really wasn't a good cook. She was out
Is
there.
she a
just
good
going,
cook now?
Nope.
So all that experiment didn't pay off.
Nope.
I never ate asparagus until, like I said, my friend cooked it. I was an adult, so I didn't even think that I would like asparagus. I still can't cook it like she cooked it, so I might need to watch a
you
YouTube
can
on it.
overcook because asparagus doesn't take long to cook.
Yeah, I don't. I've only eaten squash and zucchini as an adult too. I don't know how to cook that, but one of my cousins had some pickled, and it was crunchy. It was really good pickled. But I don't. That's not something that I would order at a restaurant to eat. Not my cup of tea.
So I'm trying to add Rio.
Okay.
It shows I'm adding, but
Is there a way you can zoom in your camera right there, or lighten it up some? Because we kind of far away. Can you go closer?
make me do something. I think I'm supposed to wait. Let's do this first. Minimize. There we go.
Okay, that's better. The lighting is better too.
All right, so what we doing? I sent him an invite. We're waiting on him to join. It's saying that it's added, but did you tell him about the phone?
Mm-hmm. That he needs to be on the phone and not his laptop, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I told him.
You had any hot topics for today?
Yes, hot topics. I want to talk about the halftime show that everybody's been talking about on.
You see it?
Oh my God, Tori, you're supposed to at least watch the Super Bowl game so you can see the halftime show.
I do not partake in the extra.
Okay, so have you seen any clips on social media of the halftime show?
No.
Okay, so we had Mary J. Blige, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, and Eminem perform. I want to say Kendrick Lamar performed too at the Super Bowl at the halftime show. Now, Mary J. Blige outfit, I want to find it and wear it for my birthday, and I don't even know where I'm going. But she done got a little thicker. Some people, yeah, she looked good. But some people saying that it wasn't the best halftime show or that they could have done better. I personally think that it was a really good halftime show. I'm not saying it's the best I've seen, but for those to be, like 90s artists, I feel like they did really good. And then people was joking on 50 Cent saying he looked like a whole dollar. But to be honest with you, 50 Cent still fine. He ain't got no stomach. He just thicker. Yeah, he been eating good.
I like mine, but I don't like 50 Cent.
Yeah, 50 Cent. He did a whole pull up to reenact that video when he was upside down in the gym.
Like I said, with 50, he just ain't my type. I like him big though.
Yeah,
and I like him.
I think body wise, I can't complain. He got a nice body back then and now. I'm not tripping.
That's because you know why? Because as you grow older, you like different things, and he's growing with your liking.
Yes, I've always liked him thick, and I like him thicker. So as he grows, I guess I'm gonna continue to like his body. He butt ahead, but it is what it is. All right, so you didn't watch the Super Bowl. You say you stayed in for Valentine's Day. You did something special for the kids, which is sweet. My mom used to buy stuff for Valentine's all the time. And you ever watch Power?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you know they got the little spin-off with Tommy. Do you watch that? Did you watch? Have you been watching it? What you think so far?
It first it was very interesting. Like when it first started off, I was like, "No, what the hell is going on?"
Like, what is Tommy gonna be
like,
doing?
yeah, but you know, we know Tommy, so the fact of him getting into something dangerous, because I'm like, yo, he supposed to get into something real dangerous. Like he done threw his life out there. I don't know. I feel it got my attention. I'm being and trying to see what he get into.
So I'm shocked for one that Tommy has a black brother. That surprising to me. I mean, being that he thought he was the only child and Ghost was his brother the whole time. Now come to find out, he have an actual brother, but the brother didn't know the mom at all. And I don't know. I see Tommy trying to help the brother out, but I hope he don't get his brother caught up in no trouble, because he basically went to that town and just was like, forget you, I'm finna manipulate you, I'm about to rob you, then I'm gonna kill you. Like, he went in and he literally took over in one day's time.
But you know, that's the scary part about it, because you know, Tommy, like anybody in his circle, he get off.
Yeah.
So
by him.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's gonna be different. It's definitely gonna be different.
Yeah. It's interesting. I like Tommy, and I don't know if Tommy talked like that in real life, but I'm trying to figure out what type of accent that is that Tommy have. Like, is he just a ghetto white boy?
It's like
or is it Southern?
Nah, I think that's like a little Brooklyn, you know,
Brooklyn ghetto slang. I don't know. His voice is the way he pronounces his words. He sound. I don't know if he sound like he got a white man from Louisiana accent. Think about it.
I never thought about it.
Like that movie To Kill. What was it? What was that movie with Samuel Jackson when they raped his daughter? There was a little girl. You know what movie I'm talking about? I mean, anyway, the dude, I don't know, the white man that was the lawyer in that movie, his voice sound like Tommy to me. All right, so we're past 8:00. Were we able to get Rio on?
No. What is going on with this right now? It's saying, okay, so it's still showing that I'm live. What is this one? This one's 8 minutes ago. No, I was doing something extra.
All right, so we have a special guest that was going to join our live. We're still trying to figure out how we can join him on the live on our Facebook account. We're having some technical difficulties. But for those of you that just joined,
when it connected him at first, it showed his connection was off.
Oh, okay. Is he back on?
No. I'm trying to let me see. Let me look at my page, because I'm trying to see if it even showing on. I'm sorry about that, y'all. Okay.
Just bear with us, you guys. We are work in progress. You know, everybody has to start somewhere.
He's not on.
He's not online.
It's not showing that I can. It's not showing that he's available to add.
All right, y'all bear with me one moment. Let me see if I can get in touch with him. He said he sent the request.
I know. I approved it twice.
All right, I'm gonna see if I can add him from Instagram. There you go. All right, let me try to add you here. This man with all his names, he works for me. Okay, so it's saying it's poor connection in here.
You already logged in. But that's what I was saying. It did the same on the thing, but my connection here is white.
Let's see if I can. What's your Wi-Fi? You had tapped your iPad and it made it lighter.
Or did it do that?
It was when you had tapped it.
You didn't tell me.
Because I forgot to, because I was trying to get this stuff together. Okay, so we reconnecting. All right, Rio, Chocolate Cocaine, can you make sure that you are following me? Because when I click invite, it's not allowing me to find you. I'm gonna try again. Where are you? There you go. All right, let's see how this works. There you go. All right, so first time for everything. We got Mr. Chocolate Cocaine, Mr. Rio Rose on our Instagram. And let me turn the volume up. That way when he's speaking, that everybody can hear from the other social media platforms that we are using. All right. How you doing today, Mr. Rio?
Good on my end. What's up with y'all?
I'm great. Missy Navy Vaughn, how are you?
I am awesome. Everything is awesome.
That's right.
All right, so welcome. Cocktails and Conversations with Jamila.
Ine Devon.
And Miles is in absence. He's out of town right now, but we do have a special guest. Would you like to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hey man, it's usual Jose, man, from the Detox Experience podcast. Appreciate y'all having me on. Shout out to my co-host Peggy and Chico and Young Scrapper. I appreciate it.
Yeah, my pleasure. Why don't you start off by telling us a little bit about your show that you do?
Our show is more or less like a freelance show. It's called Detox Experience, but I mean we don't detox. I mean we
y'all get tipsy.
We drink all the time. We're able to drink. We was smoking, but it was a fire hazard. I mean, vape, not weed, but fire hazard. So we couldn't smoke, but we just, I don't know, man. We just wild out, man. It's a lot of times it's unscripted. We freestyle a lot. We just get wild with it, man.
Yeah, I know. I remember when I first started up with the Cocktails and Conversations. You all invited me over to your show, and I had a really good time. And there was no detoxing when I was there. A lot of drinking and a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, we was buzzed up.
Mm-hmm. So before we get started on our topic, Ine and I, we were just talking about a few hot topics, and we were talking about the Super Bowl, which she did not watch, but everybody right now is talking about the halftime show. How did you feel about the halftime show with Dr. Dre, 50 Cent, Mary J. Blige, Snoop Dogg?
Hey, you know what? I love it. I give it a 95.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I ain't give it 100 because I felt like they should at least had Q come out.
Right.
Yeah, I don't care. He didn't even have to do nothing. If he would just came out on the stage and just been out there with him.
Yeah.
He didn't have to do a song. If they would have brought Ice Cube out, I would have gave it a perfect 100. But
yeah.
That was one of the best halftime shows I've seen in my life.
Did you get up and crib walk during the halftime show?
Man, I wish I could crib walk.
I wanted to crib walk, but I don't know how to crib walk. But that's how crunk I was just watching it. Like, I really enjoyed the halftime show. Everybody's performance was great to me.
Yeah, I got wired up when I seen 50, man. I knew it was gonna be a surprise. I just didn't know who it was gonna be.
Right.
Right.
So it shocked me. I was on TikTok. Like, y'all know I love TikTok. I was on TikTok and somebody did a video of the halftime show, and they was like, I can't believe that 50 Cent was getting ready right underneath the stage and we didn't notice. So you know how they had the people performing. Mary J was at the top and he was at the bottom, and he did a whole handstand upside down, a flip upside down to reenact his original video in the club. And I was like, they talking about 50 Cent done got fat, but I know I can't do a pull up and do that.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't even gonna hold you, man. That's the first thing I said was, I said, dang, he done got a little fat.
Nah, he got thick. He not fat because he still don't even have a stomach.
I'm not calling another man thick. I'm not doing that.
Okay.
I'm not calling another man thick.
Well, he got a little bigger, but he is not fat. He still had muscles.
Oh, okay.
You ain't gonna give him that either. He on the train saying he fat. All right. So we were also talking about Power and Ghost, and what's the movie with Tommy? The show called? Is it called Tommy?
No, it's Power 4 or something.
Like one of the books. Do you watch the Power books with that 50 Cent do?
Yeah, I'm on the new one with Tommy in it.
Right. So what you think about it so far?
So the new series right now, I give it a B plus. I feel like it's not as much action as it's been with the other ones. Like the action was like coming like it seems like it's like a step slower. But right now, like I mean, with those series, I mean they just start off slow for a couple episodes and then they.
So you think Tommy started off slow? He don't kill like 5 people already.
I love every kill.
But you talking about this slow.
And then when he turned around, I guess with the first episode, the second episode, when he was leaving and he turned back around, I was like,
It's about to go down.
Yeah.
It's definitely about to go down.
Yeah, I like Tommy. He gangster like all the way.
What about the Bel Air series?
What Bel Air series? What's that?
I don't know. What's the Bel Air series?
Come on, man. The series that Will Smith produced about Bel Air, but it's more modern.
Oh, I just recently saw a preview. I have never watched it. I didn't even know it was out already.
Yo, A plus.
Really?
A plus.
Is that what it's called?
What network does it come on? What channel?
Peacock.
Okay, I think I must have been at Paula House when I seen it. She had Peacock, but yeah, it's called like Bel Air or something. But they have people that look like them that's on the show.
Okay. Yeah, I know I be looking for stuff to watch at night because I have problems going to sleep. So I watch all my TV at night.
It's really good. It's a really good series.
I'm gonna have to check it out. I try not to get caught up into too many shows because, like right now, I'm watching The Oval, I'm watching Sisters, I'm watching The Tommy Show.
We talking about old seasons?
No, they come on right now.
I gotta catch up on The Oval and the Sisters too.
Yeah, Sisters is good. The Oval is those people crazy.
But I'm okay. So
It's
there's a
new.
new season of okay. So yeah, I do need to get back in. I'm telling you, listen.
The president that
I
lost his mind.
I was watching. I don't know if you've seen Games People Play.
Mm-hmm.
I watched Games
That's with
People
Laura
Play.
London, right?
Yes, I just watched that. I watched. Where am I watching? Queens. I didn't even know nothing about just Queens.
Oh, okay.
And
I've seen
then
that.
yeah, it has Eve and Brandy, and
Yeah, I think I saw that on Instagram, but I haven't watched it.
I've been watching that, and then girl, I just been going through finding like
The games people play. What's it about?
Basketball players.
it. You need to watch it because I'm telling you, it's not you. It starts off like as a basketball thing, but it turns into something completely different.
It's a whole scandal within the scandal with some murder.
That's what Laura London and she dated the basketball guy.
Yes.
I seen it, but I can't remember.
It went off.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly. Like somebody ended up getting killed or something.
The
Yeah.
girl that her husband was having an
She
affair
did.
with, she ended up pregnant and ended up dead.
Right, I saw it.
Oh, and I just finished watching Our Kind of People the last season.
What's that come on?
ABC and Hulu.
Okay, I'm gonna have to catch it on Hulu. What's it called again?
Our Kind of People.
Like our kind?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to catch up with that. All right, so Rio, we want to jump into this right quick, but is there anything that you want to touch on from previous shows that you might have watched before we jump into our topic of discussion today about Black men and the struggles they live with?
You know what? I got some, but I'm gonna wait till we kind of chip at the different topics. But I got a couple of things right now. Really one thing.
I can only imagine. All right. All right. So Black men and the struggles they live with. From your point of view, do you feel like Black men struggle with certain things that other races or other nationalities don't experience?
I do. I feel like, me personally, I feel like they have to be on guard all the time. And I think that bothers me myself as a female, to know that when my son walk out of the house, my boyfriend, husband, whatever the case may be, walk out of the house, they have to be on guard all the time, and they're not protected.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just feel like the system is not set up to protect them, which only makes them more. Because if you know the system is not set up to protect you, then your first instinct is to protect yourself.
Yeah.
So when you protecting yourself, like, you don't pay attention that sometimes everybody not out to get you, but if people look at you the wrong way, you're gonna automatically be ready to be defensive.
Yeah.
And I think it's sad, but I mean it's a harsh reality. I don't know. I'm one of those that's like, when it's time to come home, it's like, baby, come home.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. It's hurtful, you know, that's how life is right now. So I don't know.
So Rio, do you feel like Black women or women in general are naive to some of the struggles that Black men face?
Well, before I answer that question, I just want to say that I want to piggyback on what she was talking about. That was my first one. Fear of death. The fear of death, leaving your house, you don't know what's going to happen. Not only with, black on black crime, but we talking about, a simple traffic stop. It could be tragic.
Mm-hmm.
It could be tragic. I mean, a cell phone, a vape,
a brush.
Anything can be, considered, oh, he had a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And, you move in a certain way, even if you don't move. I mean, it's that situation where a guy, got your hands on the wheel and, you still get shot. You know what I'm saying? You standing still. You know what I'm saying? So, with the things that have happened the last 2 or 3 years, I think the first thing that was on my list is just the fear of death. You know what I'm saying? And, from the cops. And then we just got a lot of black on black crime, man. And it's just not getting better.
No.
It's not getting better. It's not getting better at all. I mean, with this pandemic, a lot of people lost jobs. A lot of people lost their way of life, their houses, cars, and they just out just roaching, man. They jacking, they breaking in cars, they breaking houses, they stood in boxes.
What is this deal with everybody's
boxes on people's porches?
in the catalytic converters?
It could be a box of crayons.
From a car?
Yeah, like for some reason it's been a big thing. People stealing catalytic converters off of cars. Like, what is that about?
You know what? Either they're gonna put them on their own vehicle, or they're gonna take it somewhere where they're gonna sell it to them.
Maybe they're worth a lot of money.
Is it worth burglary?
No. So let me ask you a question, since you said that you have a fear, of death or whatever, being a black man sometimes. So we was just talking about the show that Tommy is on, and it was a scene where Tommy went inside the building and he left the black man in the car. in the driver's seat. The police pulled up behind Tommy's car and he got out and he started being kind of aggressive with the black man in the car, telling him, give me your license and registration. Then he was forcing him, like telling him to get out the car. And the man is sitting there like, I'm sorry, officer, I will not remove my hands off the steering wheel because I'm in fear, basically, that you're going to kill me. Do you have that type of anxiety, or do that go through your mind when you get pulled over or when a cop pull up behind you, that you worry that they're going to try to be aggressive with you when you are not being a threat and just fear that you might lose your life because some cop is scared?
Right. When that stuff, when the cops first started, maybe like the second or third viral killing, I remember I was coming up Richmond, and there was a cop in front of me. They was in front of me, so I stopped to let them get out, but they didn't go. So I went. They got behind me. They hit the flashes, and they hit the flashes immediately, like my heart about to come on my cheek. Right, I'm like, damn. So I'm like, all right, 10-2, whatever. So he come up, long story short, they're more or less like, hey, you ain't got a license plate on your, on your car or whatever. I'm like, yeah, I just got to put it on. Do it, ask me for my license and everything. I'm telling them, like, hey, my insurance is in my glove. Is it okay if I'm taking the steps to tell them everything that I'm about to do. You know what I'm saying? And there's two of them.
That's crazy.
It's not just one, it's two of them. So one on this side, the other on this side with this flashlight. I'm like, yo, I'm finna reach into my, glove department and get my insurance. And, they ended up being, I guess cool or whatever, but there was just, there wasn't no secret in it. Just put the front light plate up. But the fear, the anxiety, you just overly emotional, man. It's like I was shaking because I don't know what's going on.
Did you say it was your front license plate? Did you say it was your front license plate?
Yeah, it's something because I have a front license plate on my car.
But they pulled him over they was behind you?
So this is the thing, and this is the crazy part about it, because there's a law, but it's not enforced. They don't enforce. There's a law that you're supposed to have a front license plate, but they don't enforce it. So when they pull you over for that, it's really just because. And
it's a fishing exhibition.
Yeah, that's it. It's one of those situations where, that would be their probable cause, to mess with people, to have that's what they got it as a reason. So that's not, literally, like if you look up the license plate law, it's technically a law that you're supposed to have it, but it's not, they've not done anything to enforce it. There's nothing out there that puts out there that you necessarily have to have it, because these people just put whatever type of car it is they have on the front. How many cars do you come across that literally have a front license plate? I know I don't have it on neither one of my cars. And
you probably should put your license plate in the window.
I don't do that either. I haven't had. But in my Jeep, on my Jeep, it didn't have a place for it. You had to create one, but you have to make sure that it's in a certain spot. So my thing is, again, it's just one of those things where you find that's one of those things you find a reason to bother somebody. Because again, none of my cars, and I drive NASCAR, so I drive. I don't know how to ever get bothered. But
you know what? Something else I always say is, and I know y'all know people like this who, they buy shoes, they buy clothes, you might see them buy bottles, buy sections. But they won't pay for their tickets.
Mm-hmm.
They got tickets. They got outstanding warrants. They don't have insurance on their car. And what I tell younger cats is, make sure when everything is caught up, your insurance, the registration, the license expired, when everything caught up, because it happened to me, it was like he was upset that everything was straight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He even threw my license back. He threw it back at me. He just dropped it. Like, all right, man. But when they pull you over, it's they rolling the dice, it's gambling. It's a fishing exhibition. So it's like, okay, you do somebody and do know, they gonna say, okay, well, we pulled you over because you failure to signal.
Mm-hmm.
So now he got warrants. They know he got warrants. Can't run, whatever the case is. They run his license. Family got warrants. Now they got something.
Yeah,
You know
they want
what
to
I'm
catch you
saying?
riding dirty. So just don't be riding dirty, and you won't have a reason.
It's cool not to ride dirty. People think if you ride dirty, it's cool. It's cool not to ride dirty. And everything up to date and registered. Like it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
But just like you talking about not even having car insurance, I think the biggest thing is for not like just say yourself as well as a lot of other men out here that don't have a fear for their life when they walk out the door, but don't have life insurance. Like what in the hell? Like you scared as hell damn near every day when you walk out of the door, or you feel like if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, but you rather sit back and leave your family to struggle instead of spending $150 on some Jordans. You can go spend $75 on a life insurance policy to make sure, you know what I'm saying, your kids taken care of, or your wife taken care of, or something, or your mama ain't got to do all of this stuff. Whatever the case may be, I just don't understand why is it such a struggle for that to become a reality.
You know what? I can guarantee if you ask 10 dudes, I'm gonna say at least 4 probably won't have life insurance.
And that's fine. But my thing is outside of the job, something that you pay for, not your job paying for.
No, he's saying out of 10 people, only 4.
But I understand that. But I'm saying a lot of people are stuck that they have it through their job. And that's big. That's like you don't own that insurance through your job. That's extra.
Right. Yeah, a friend of mine was talking to me about that. You know, having something, you know, at your job and outside.
Yeah.
Because if you lose your job, you're gonna lose your insurance.
What? It's gone.
Yeah.
I tell people that I talked to my daughter about that the other day because I pretty much pay for hers. So, you know, somewhat. And I'm like, if anything happens to you, I don't benefit from it. You know, like her and her boyfriend, I got both of them set up, but I'm like, I don't benefit from that. So I'm trying to figure out why am I paying for it? You know, and it just makes no sense. But this is something I do for a living. And I talk to people that are like 35, not our skin color. It's like I just bought a $230,000 house, but I need to make sure that I don't foreclose on my home. If something happened to me or something happened to my husband, why our culture don't think about stuff like that? Man, I just bought a house. Let me make sure that my wife or my husband don't lose the house if something happened to me. Mm-hmm. Or that my kids will still be able to go to college. Or that if anything happens to me, whoever has to take care of my kids have money to be able to take care of my kids. Like, why people don't think like that? It makes no sense.
I think people don't think like that because they're selfish.
We're not being taught and educated.
Mm-hmm. Let me tell you.
And each household, you have to, you know, whether it's now, whether it's tomorrow, we have to start implementing that in kids and brothers and sisters and family members. Like, hey, you know, it's cool to have your insurance at your job, but you need some more type of insurance too. And in that way, it can start going on down generation to generation. Like, yeah, I don't think we just. And we have been taught it's not a high percentage.
It's not. It's a lot of them don't want to listen. And I'm be completely honest with you. I'm in the business, and I primarily got into the business because I wanted to educate Black people. But it's so many Black people that be like, man, I'm not worried about that right now. I don't care about. I done had. You wouldn't imagine how many people that done said, when I die, it's not my problem.
Right.
Like, seriously.
They're saying a lot. So we're going to jump right into this next topic. All right. So I'm going to start with you, Rio. We talk about the struggles that some Black men have. I watched a video on, I think it might have been on Instagram or TikTok, and it was a man, I think it was posted in the group. And he was talking about, being vulnerable. And I know some women was posting on the post, and they were saying that, they understand that a lot of times men are afraid to be vulnerable in front of a woman because they don't want to come across as weak. How do you perceive women? What do you think women think about a man being vulnerable?
Well, you know, that's my number one off the rip. They gonna think he's weak. They gonna think he's beta male. They gonna say he's emotional. And then I'm pretty sure if they say those things about him, they gonna say something about that he's they probably tell their friends, hey, he's too nice or he's too sweet. They probably say he cry too much, but I think more men should be vulnerable and not be afraid to be vulnerable. That's actually the key. So I twist that. Let me switch that around. Guys shouldn't be afraid to be vulnerable. And that was my thing. Probably the majority of women gonna say he's weak.
So do you feel that men are afraid to be vulnerable in fear of a woman thinking that he's weak? So what do you do in that case? Do you just hide your emotions? Or you find somebody that's going to accept your vulnerability, you being vulnerable?
I think you more or less have to.
What have you done?
Gotta kind of ease into it. Gotta ease into it, man. Even if it's a little bit at a time. Some if you don't get it all at one time, get bits and pieces.
But that's how you build trust.
Huh?
Vulnerability equals trust. You know, once a woman see that you can open up and you can be that way with them, they will trust you more. And that's a big thing. A lot of women don't trust because a lot of men out here are not being that way.
Facts. Well, okay, well, what y'all think about? A man who's
Vulnerable.
I mean, for me, I can't say it's weak. My thing is, if we vibe well and we can crack jokes or whatnot, when you having a moment, then I'm here for it. So, I mean, I can't say it's weak to me. My thing is, again, I'm one of those that anybody know, like, I don't trust people in general. And like, when I say I don't trust people in general, not because nobody in particular did anything to me. It's just the fact that I feel like people out here have motives of their own and hidden agendas. So I pay attention to a lot. I sit back, I watch people, and I watch people movements and the whole nine. So, but when you're in a relationship, the person that you're with, you're supposed to be able to trust. But if that person won't be vulnerable with you, then you're going to sit back and you're going to be hard yourself. So I got to sit back and watch. Like, no, I don't, the way he moving, it don't sit right with me. So I'm gonna be on pins and needles all the time, be sitting back trying to make sure that I don't get stuck. But if you can show me that you hurt, your feelings hurt, you know, that you're in pain, that you got stuff on your mind and you can come to me with it, then I feel like I'm gonna be able to do the same thing. But I think the problem is women. I think we also I posted in the group two little videos. Men feel like women can't accept criticism, but women feel like you can't go to your man and open up to him. So it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you come and tell me that I'm doing something wrong, if I get offended by it, and it's like, well, some women get offended by it depending on how your delivery is. But that's the same thing. If a woman goes to a man and say, well, I feel this way, and you tell me, why do you feel like that? You shouldn't feel like that. That's the same thing. Y'all basically just did the same thing to each other. So how do we trust? I can't trust you to be, I can't come and tell you how I feel without you being offended. And you can't tell me how you feel about something without me being offended. So how do we trust each other? How do we be vulnerable with each other so we don't have these type of issues?
You know what? I think you have to ask, but don't put too much pressure. If that makes sense. Like, you say, hey, what's wrong? Oh, shit, ain't nothing, something. I mean, what happened? I don't know. He might give you a little bit. That's a little better than nothing, right?
Yeah.
And then you just kind of keep judging until you get the whole.
I think that if people express to their significant others how they receive feedback or how their emotions work, that'll help too. So like for me, if I'm in a relationship and I'm a sensitive person, I'm gonna tell you from the jump, I'm kind of sensitive or whatever, or I get my feelings hurt easy. So that's me letting you know, like, you can't be mean to me or you can't shout and yell at me, because if you do, that's going to hurt my feelings. And if you hurt my feelings, now I'm going to be emotional. So like if you kind of like tell a person how you are, that way they can be prepared, then they'll probably know like how to handle you. As far as a man being vulnerable, you don't really see a lot of men being vulnerable. And I think personally it's because they're raised to be hard. Like, you're tough, you're a boy, you're not supposed to hurt, you're not supposed to cry. And while people are teaching their boys to be tough, hard, and don't have no emotions, they're teaching their daughters, oh, he ain't supposed to hurt, he's not supposed to cry, he's not supposed to be emotional. So a lot of women they don't even realize that they look at a man and don't acknowledge that he is human and he has feelings, because their whole childhood they've been told that boys don't cry. So when they see a boy cry, they think he's weak, because their whole life they've been programmed to think boys are not supposed to cry. Now, I think it's weird for a guy never to show emotions if he say that he care about you, because if I do something that you don't like, if you care about me, it's probably going to hurt your feelings, because you don't expect the person that care about you to hurt your feelings. So if I'm with you and you never get upset, you never get sad, or you never share anything deep with me, I'm gonna think that's weird, and I'm gonna think that the love isn't real. So it's weird to me for a man not to be vulnerable.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Okay, let me go back to something you said. So you saying that you're emotional, right?
That was an example.
Okay.
But yeah, I am an emotional person. Yes.
So somebody who's that way, how you think they'll be? If they just getting tough love.
I'm a grown up. I don't need tough love from nobody. Like, your job as my man is to love me and be gentle with me, because especially if I'm telling you, I'm an emotional person. When I say I'm emotional, I don't mean like I'm super sensitive and you got to walk on eggshells. I'm just saying, like, I'm emotional. Like, I might watch a movie and cry when I watch a movie, but I'm gonna also tell you the way that my mental works. If you get upset with me and we get into a disagreement, don't raise your voice at me. Don't yell at me. You don't have to holler at me, because if you do, I'm gonna get in defense mode, and my defense mode might come off aggressive. You know what I'm saying? So I would prefer, like, if you get upset with me, wait till you calm down and then talk to me, because you yelling at me is not gonna make it work. Yes, and if whatever you saying is upsetting me because I'm an emotional person, I'm gonna just stop and say, I don't want to talk about it right now because I'm too emotional. You as my man have to respect that I'm asking you to give me that space, because I don't want to yell and I don't want to be upset. Just let me calm down. Like you say, come back the next day. I'm not gonna lie and say ain't nothing wrong. I'm gonna just say I don't want to talk about it right now.
Yeah.
You're gonna know something wrong, because I don't know how to hide my emotions.
And I think it's okay to say that. I think it's okay to say that, and that way, maybe the next day they can ask again, and then you'll be ready to
talk about it. Yeah, I think you just shouldn't talk to people when you're upset, because sometimes you don't think about what you say, or you don't even hear what you say because you're just so upset, and anything come out your mouth.
That's not, but see, that don't apply to everybody, because I prefer to talk when I'm upset.
But you can talk civilized while you're upset. I don't know how to be civilized when I'm upset. That's why I choose not to talk when I'm upset. So please respect me when I say, if you just care about the relationship, don't talk to me when I'm upset. Like, I try to be the sweetest person I can be, but when my feelings are hurt and I'm in my feelings, just let me go in the room and close the door and calm down. And I promise you, when I calm down, that person that's coming outside of that room is going to be a very more mature, responsible, respectful, nicer, compassionate person than the person that's telling you I don't want to talk right now because I'm upset.
My only thing is I'm usually
You want to argue with folks.
No. It's not that. Listen. No. But this is why. Because generally I'm real. I talk a lot of shit, but I'm real cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm real cool. But if we get to the point where we raising our voices and arguing, now I feel like I need to go in beast mode because clearly you've been not seeing that part of me. And now I need to let you know that it's in me. Don't fuck with me. I'm bringing it down, but I want you to understand that I'm not one to be toyed with. So that's, but other than that, let's cuddle. Let's chill. But you're not going to fuck with me.
When both of y'all at that high capacity, and nobody's not backing down, nothing ain't getting accomplished.
I'm gonna just stop talking. I'm gonna just be looking at you like this here.
I don't know. Like I said, with me, I'm not one of those. I don't say petty stuff. I'm not gonna. I don't shoot shots or slugs or anything like that. I'm gonna speak facts, point blank. Period. So my thing is, if we at that point where I done tried to talk to you. Or let's say in the situation, like I said, I done came to you and I say, okay, well, you did something that made me feel some type of way. And you got pissed off because I told you made me feel some type of way. We definitely supposed to talk about it because now I feel like you just discounted my feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So now that you discount my feelings, I feel like you took me for a little girl by discounting my feelings. So let me let you know that I'm a grown woman and I handle shit like a grown woman. So let's talk about it.
See, she gonna. You see how her voice escalate? Your voice, you escalate like you letting it be known,
and
with
that's
the authority in your
definitely
voice.
let it be known.
I'll be like, okay.
But see, something as simple as that, we got away from it. It's just a simple like, hey, the other day you said X, Y, Z. I ain't like it.
Yeah.
Right.
Then you know what I'm saying? But when you don't say nothing, it festers.
You have to say something, definitely. Because first of all, if I did something to upset you and you're not telling me what it is, I'm gonna do it again because I don't know that it's bothering you. And it's gonna keep pissing you off. But whose fault is it? Because you have to open up and you have to be vulnerable enough to let me know that I'm doing something that's making you feel uncomfortable.
Let me tell you this. Okay, now in that same vein, are we talking about something on a scale of 1 to 10, something like a level 2, 3, or are we talking about 8, 9, 10?
It doesn't matter. Anything somebody do that upsets you, if that person care about you, they should care that it upsets you, and you need to let that person know, whether it's a number 1 or a number 10. Because you shouldn't want somebody that you care about continuously doing something that's hurting you, and they don't even have a clue.
I disagree.
Why do you disagree? You choosing to pick your battles?
It just is like on a low level 1 or 2. It's something that kind of make you mad, but you could look over.
Okay, so let me give you an example. Okay, something like a level 1. You and your girlfriend live together. She keep putting maxi pads in the trash can, and you don't want to see it. But you ain't telling her that every time you go in the bathroom, you sick and tired of looking at her maxi pads in the trash can. So to you, that's a level 1. But guess what? That level 1 gonna turn into a level 10 the next time you go back in the bathroom and see them damn maxi pads in the trash can. But because it was a level 1, you didn't say nothing. But because you was tired of looking at it, now it's a level 10. So now you're gonna go to her and you're gonna be like, God damn, why these maxi pads still in the trash can? And she like, well, why you tripping? She don't even know that you've been mad since day 1. So a number 1 can turn into a number 10 without communication. That's what I'm saying. You got to speak up. And that's not something that would probably hurt nobody's feelings. But like I say, by her not even knowing that she's doing it, that's something so simple that's annoying that could be resolved with just a simple conversation.
So that just falls into, you know, the open lines of communication.
Yeah. So 1 minute. The Instagram usually shuts off after 1 hour, and we've been on for like 55 minutes. So if it shuts off, I'm gonna log it back on, and I need you to be on so that I can bring you back on. So let's jump into our next topic. And Rio, we're gonna need you to answer this first, and then we'll piggyback off of you. So, do men feel black women are too independent to appreciate a black man?
Yes.
That was easy.
Yes.
Is that a hard yes?
I said it because, you know, times are changing now where women are making just as much money or more than the man. So you got a woman who has a car. I don't know why I start with that, but car, house, you know, money in the bank account, stocks, nice job. It's more or less like, okay, well, what can this do for me? You know what I'm saying? I got everything. You know what I'm saying? But you know, we want to feel needed because a woman can say out there, well, I don't need you. I don't need no man. I don't need no man. But when you go break down, who you want to fix it, a man or a woman?
A man. I mean, if a woman can do it, I don't care. Who the cheapest? You don't want a woman fixing on your car. What if she a real good mechanic?
If she's a real good mechanic and it's about 3 or more have verified that she do a good job, I'll go with it. I'll roll with that. Yeah, but I just said off the top, no, because you know, it just makes me feel like, you know, when a woman's high independent like they don't need us. They don't need them.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes, we're ready for Mrs. Davon. So let me ask the question again because I see that somebody else joined. Do men feel black women are too independent to appreciate a black man? So as a black woman, how do you feel about knowing that black men feel like we are too independent to appreciate them?
I feel like a lot of it comes from upbringing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know how many people realize how many mama's boys are out here. Right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a shitload of mama's boys.
I got one.
These mama's boys are out here, and women, the way mama treat women are different than the way they treat their boys.
Mm-hmm.
They coddle their boys, but they throw these women out here to fend for themselves, which is crazy. Because it literally, I feel like it should just be the opposite, but it's not. So women grow up to have to get out there and get it no matter what. We got to go get it. So my thing is, when you come now, especially now, for whatever reason, this era is all on this, what you bring to the table, this 50-50 thing and all that other stuff. Y'all taking away from yourself. You take away from yourself when you tell me that as a woman, I have to come in and be the woman. You want me to be a soft woman that cooks, cleans, do the laundry, take care of your home, and take my ass to work. But generally, that's why we act the way we act, because guess what? You're asking us to be a man and a woman at the same time.
It hit the 1 hour mark, I'm guessing. All right, y'all, excuse me for one moment. I know you're finna ruffle some feathers. I need him to come back on first. Sorry for the interruption. Where is it? It's showing live, but it freeze up. Okay, Instagram doing something.
Miles only about to get cussed out though.
Is he coming?
Talking about what we talked about. You supposed to what? We supposed to do what, Miles? We lost our guest. Give us a second.
Cocktails and conversations. Actually, I think this is a different one. I gotta delete it.
I didn't say I didn't want to cook. I did not say I didn't want to cook. I said you expect us to do these things, but also expect us to work.
There you go. All right, so once Rio joins the new live, I'll add him on. You trying to trick me?
Mm-mm.
All right, go ahead. We back on Instagram.
Y'all excuse me. But anyway,
What's your healthy snacks?
yeah, I'm eating carrots. Men expect us to do all of these things and partake in paying bills, right? But as a man, your duties is to provide, protect the family. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
Correct me if I'm wrong. So if we got to get out here and do all of these things, then it does come to a point where it's like, okay, so what do we need a man for? Because what we need him for, how many men are still going to put gas in their wife's car or their girlfriend's car? How many of them are making sure that the car is washed? How many out there not paying somebody to cut the damn grass, but cutting it themselves? How many are doing those type of things on a regular and it not being, you not paying somebody else to do it? So my thing is, if I can go and do the same thing, you got it.
That's not real. That's
No.
Miles.
If I can go and pay myself, no, baby. Because listen, if I can go out and do all of this on my own,
This is Miles, you guys that have joined.
if I can go and pay somebody to do all the things that this man is doing, then what?
That's what you're supposed to do.
Who?
Who is a vacuum cleaner?
What am I supposed to do? So if you want out here asking why women are so independent and we feel like we don't need men, you sit up here, you yourself is saying, yeah, you're supposed to do that shit.
Okay, so let me break it down to you. Why us men feel like women, why we think women so independent? A lot of women feel so independent is because they dealt with sorry men who ain't did that for them. So therefore you feel like the cooking, clean, and all that, you're doing it regardless. My thing at the end of the day, you still should cook, clean. Like to me, I don't get offended by women feel like you're independent. That's your opinion. I mean, that's your fact. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I feel the same way by myself. But what I'm saying is, if that's how you feel, it's cool. But still, at the end of the day, you need to cook for your king. You want me to treat you like a queen, you need to cook for your king.
Yeah, but guess what? At the end of the day, if I got to take my ass to work, if I got to get up and work and do everything else around the house, then where my king at? What?
What's wrong with you going to work? You said young. You still never
That's my point exactly. But that's why y'all out here wondering why so many women are independent. You telling me that I need to do my part and your part too.
Oh, so I was doing my part and your part too. Then I guess so.
My part is taking care of the house.
Ain't go to work.
No, fuck that. I'm not going to work. I'm taking care of the house.
What you gonna be doing at the house? You gonna cook the grass?
See, and this is what I'm saying. Like,
I'm just asking a question. No, I'm just wondering.
so tell me, this is you do. Tell me what is your role as a man? Because if I'm an independent woman, what do I need you for?
Well, my idea of a woman.
No, that's not what I asked. If I'm an independent woman, if I make my money, I can make sure everything is done on my own. What do I need a black man or any man for that matter?
Well, that's your fact.
No, answer the question.
That's your fact and your loss.
Answer the question. What do I need you for?
So once again, that's your opinion on how you feel.
You're not answering the question.
Okay,
Could you please reread the question?
I think you got to ask yourself the question: what do you need him for?
Yeah.
If you're an independent woman,
My
you don't
point-
know what you need.
Let me reread the question to you. It says, do men feel black women are too independent to appreciate a black man?
So,
That's
do
the
you
question.
appreciate a black man?
I don't have one.
But do you appreciate black men?
If he's handling stuff accordingly. But my thing is, at the end of the day, you can't want me to be this. If I'm too independent, because that's the complaint, am I right?
Yes.
The complaint is I'm too independent. But if you don't want me to be that independent, then you have to step up on your part and take away some of my independence. But if you're not taking away my independence, sit your ass down and shut up.
But cooking and cleaning up the house ain't no independent ass job.
No, she's saying that within the relationship.
She's saying, I understand her 100%. Her point is, if you want me to cook, clean, why should I go to work, nigga? You step up and take care of the business. If you want me to be that man, if you want me to be that woman, you need to work and take care of the independent. Once you cook, then that can you pimping him or something?
Pimping.
I'm gonna tell you, but that's your. At the end of the day, I don't feel that way about it. But what I'm saying is, that's your opinion on how you feel about it, though.
But again, the whole thing is, men are thinking that black women. I'm gonna put it to you this way. That's how you feel. And I'm gonna say this. Let me go ahead and throw this disclosure out. All black men I know are not the same. I'm gonna say that they're not. We're talking about Miles. Miles has his own preference or whatnot.
Miles
clearly, we just did that. I told you what's happening. Where are your glasses?
Your boy trying to get back on. Y'all going to join him?
No, there's somebody else.
Grown ass little girls. What happened to my phone?
Oh, he hung up.
But what did it do? That your account has been temporarily locked.
Boy. Okay, so Carl says, I have a question. How come every time I tune in, it's a topic about that the man and what he's lacking in? What about these grown ass little girls? Okay, so in case you missed the question, Carl, the question was, do men feel black women are too independent to appreciate a black man? That was the question. Now, my thing is saying that if women are out here doing everything for themselves, everything they sell, we got Rose, we got a whole store full of any kind of and everything. At the end of the day, what is the sole purpose of having a man? Now, I'm not saying that we don't want one. I'm saying the whole need thing. If you're telling me that I have all of these responsibilities plus you want me to work, then what do I need you for? If you want to be a man and you want to be appreciated as a black man, you have to understand you have to take some of that need, or that you have to be able to take some of that independence away from a woman. How do you take independence away from a woman? You lighten her load.
Yeah.
You do the shit men's supposed to do. Because again, if I gotta go out here, guess what? My grass they cut because I pay somebody to cut it. If I need something fixed, I call somebody to fix it. I have no man to do these things for me. But if I have a man and he's doing the same thing that I'm doing, he paying somebody to fix it or whatever the case may be, or if I'm still paying for somebody to fix something, I got a man, then what do I need a man for? I don't see it.
Who was that? Carl that asked that question?
Uh-huh.
Carl, I don't know at what time during our podcast, our live, that you tune in, but we do talk about more than just, what you mentioned. Did you not see the show where we had the teenagers on there and they were talking about things that they go through? We talked about a lot of different things, and we talked about a lot of things before we got to this topic. So like Yanae said, we're basically just saying, do black men feel like independent women cannot appreciate them? And me as a black woman, I appreciate a black man. I understand where Miles coming from. I understand where Nate coming from. And I understand where Rio is coming from, but I just feel like women it was something that you said I didn't agree with. You say that the woman is thrown out there. Now, me, what brought me into being an independent woman was because how I was raised by my mom. And it wasn't like, you know, you don't need a man for anything. It was more so, what if? You always need to be on top of your game, because what if that man leave you? What if he don't give you everything, you know, that you was promised or whatever?
Technically thrown out there, but again, that's
but
how
some
we
women
look.
are, they're tougher on their girls than they are on their boys. The boys sit back and watch mama do everything while, you know, she's a single woman, she's doing it all. The daughter's there right by mama helping her do everything, while the boy just in the room playing on his video games. You know, it's no tough love for him. You know, a lot of women, because they were raised by single women, they don't know anything other than to be an independent woman, because they've seen their mom do it all for them. You know, so in some families, they grow up with they dads in their lives as well too. But the reality of it is, in a relationship, when the relationship goes sour, mom is the one that's the sole provider 9 times out of 10 for those children. Daddy can decide if he want to pay child support. Daddy can decide if he want to help put groceries in the house, if he want to help with taking the kids to their practices and to their doctor's appointments and stuff like that. So yeah, Black women appreciate real Black men that are patient, that are kind.
Say it again. We're Black women appreciate what?
Real Black men.
God damn it.
The real Black men that's gonna stick around, that's gonna help, even if the relationship don't work. You're gonna be that man that's gonna still take care of your child. You're gonna be that man that's still gonna make sure that your child gets to practice without putting so much of a burden on your ex-wife or on your child's mother. I see it too many times that men, they go and start a whole new life, but that mom is there, whether she can afford to take care of those kids or not. She has no choice but to be independent. So some women, during certain parts of their life, they might not appreciate a Black man because a Black man wasn't doing what she thought or was taught that he was supposed to do. So she can lose appreciation for that. You know, Black men are depreciated because it's so many women that are experiencing the bad men. Like, the good men are afraid to be vulnerable or to step up to the plate, because in social media it's showing that, you know, get their bread, get their head, and leave. Like, women ain't caring or loving on men because they're frustrated and they're tired.
But you know what I realized? Independent. That same song came out in like 2001. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Was it?
And it got worse.
Webby.
Like, yeah.
No, Boosie.
And it like sparked this whole different thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it just been that big thing. My own house, my own car, you know, 2 jobs. I got this, I got this, I got that, I got this, I got that. And Miles saying, okay, I'm gonna be single. No, I'm not gonna be single forever. I'm not gonna be single for the rest of my life. Because
but what's wrong with being single?
There's nothing wrong with it. But my thing is, at the end of the day, to say that my requirements are not going to be met. No, because there are real men out here that want their women to be women. Mm-hmm. Not to be just as aggressive or just as strong or do it just as much as they do. There are men out here that want their women to settle down and be women. Y'all might, and you might see me in 5 years and I might be sitting here not saying shit, because at the end of the day, I don't have no worries because my man got me. You just never know. But my thing is, again, I have the personality that I have. I have the mind frame that I have because I see, I learn, I inspect, I pay attention, all of those things, and I see what's going on around me. I know how things work. I don't worry about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that it's a lack of real men. I think it's just you have certain men that are willing to cater to their woman, certain men that are wanting to be providers, and they're okay with their woman staying at home and being a homemaker. But then you have some men that are just as modernized as women are, and they feel like, you know, I'm not going to be the only one that's, you know, bringing home the bacon. I need 50-50. So you just have to be equally yoked. You have to find somebody that want the same thing or appreciate the same things that you appreciate. So we ask about men. Do they feel like independent women don't appreciate the Black man? How do you feel about you being an independent woman? Like, do you feel like you don't appreciate Black men, or you just don't appreciate the men that don't know how to be the type of men you want them to be?
I don't say I can't say I don't appreciate black men. My thing is, I know what I want.
Mm-hmm.
I can only tell you what I want. I'm only gonna speak on what I want. And my thing is, you know how like we've had conversations about everybody not meant to be a mom, right?
True.
People have kids, you have them, you throw them off on somebody. Everybody's not meant to be a mother. Just like there's a lot of women out here that are not meant to be wives. Just like a lot of men out here not meant to be husbands or whatnot. There's particular things that I feel like was embedded in me, and I know where I fit. And somebody, there's going to be a man out there that also knows and understands where I fit. Now, when that happens, it happens. But am I tripping on the men that are out here? Guess what? No, because somebody for you, I'm not saying that you're a bad guy because you believe in 50-50 or your wife want to work. She might not care. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm not going to work. I'm saying that I want it to be an option for me. You see what I'm saying? I want it to be an option. I don't want it to be the fact that I have to go to work. I want my man to be able to take care and provide for my family. And what I do is take care of the family.
You can absolutely find somebody that is going to be okay with that, you know, and you shouldn't allow or feel like just because somebody else, another man, they don't appreciate it, they don't see it the way that you see it, make you feel like you're not going to find it, because there is somebody that's out there that want to be that type of man to a woman that want those things.
Yeah,
you know, to each his own.
I'm not worried about that. Let me see. Let's see. Carl says, so if women are raised to be independent, how do we compete with that?
Why is it a competition?
It is
that my glass over there?
Yeah, it is. Again, this is what I was just saying earlier. Some of you guys have to know how to take a woman's independence. The things that if you go and you meet a chick and she cut her own grass, then you need to be over here cutting the grass. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but then maybe the man feel like, well, why I gotta cut her grass? Who was cutting your grass before?
But then in that particular case, then you're forcing more independence on me. You see what I'm saying? So when I tell you I don't need you for shit, then you put that on yourself, because you've had the opportunity. If I say I gotta get out here and cut the grass, you say, hold up, wait, don't do it.
Yeah, I just can't imagine, you know, being a single woman dating a man and my yard need to be cut, and even me saying my grass needs to be cut, and he don't be like, babe, you don't need to be cutting the grass. Let me cut it, or let me get somebody to cut it. You know, like, to me, that's what I would think, or I would expect from somebody that I'm seeing, is to be like, I got you. Let me cut the grass for you.
And again, what that does is that removes some of your independence. I don't have to worry about this part because my man gonna take care of this.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's how you. Look at this. That's how you take away some of that. He said, y'all saying lighten the burden when everyone knows that the black man carries the biggest burden than anyone in this world.
More than a black woman? I guess because you have like police brutality or whatever. I can't speak for all women. I can only speak for myself. I feel like, you know, I lighten my man's burden. I can't lighten every man's burden. I do understand the struggles that black men have. I understand that they do feel like they are unloved. I feel the same way, you know, being a black woman. But I do know that you guys go through a lot more than any other race, period. And I don't think that men should sit there and look down on a woman just because, like you say, she wants to be a woman and she wants to be cared for. I just think, like, shit, if you don't want to be that man for me, then go find somebody that you can be that way with, and let me find who I'm gonna find. You know, like, I like getting flowers. I like my doors to be open for me. You know, like, I don't need a man to do. I really don't need a man for anything unless it's something that I want. But I want to be in a relationship. I want to be in love. I want to be loved by a man. Right. So therefore, I do appreciate a black man because I love black men. I want to marry black men. You know what I'm saying? So
my thing is, I love love. Mm-hmm. Okay. And with me saying I love love, I'm saying, like, if whoever's gonna love me right, whoever's gonna love me like I need to be loved, I would prefer it to be a black man. But at the end of the day, if it's not, then shit, you know, again, whoever's gonna love me right. And my thing is, while we are battling right now with the conversation, for one, even with Miles, the conversation that Miles made, these are, we can always agree to disagree, but this is the reason why there's such a disconnect between men and women. For you to say, okay, you're going to be single for a long time. Why? Because I'm not your type. I'm just not your type.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that you can't say,
That's
oh,
his,
you're going to be single for a long time because I'm not your type. No, because there's men out here that I do fit well with.
Yeah.
So, and that's one of the things that we have to stop doing is that type of thing, because all you do is you make a woman more
want to be
single or more independent. So you just make it harder for the next person.
So hold on. With that being said, the next topic, we have 2 more topics, and then we're gonna let y'all get back to y'all day. Go ahead with the comments, and then I'm gonna go to the next topic.
So let's see here. Carl says a Black woman is the one that we thought would help lift our burdens, but instead we get topics about what we aren't doing.
No, we don't just get topics about what we weren't doing. You just tuned in late because we talked about a lot of things, and we're not male bashing. And I really hate that y'all feel like this platform is for us to sit up here and male bash men, because we don't male bash you guys. We just don't agree with your perception of how we see things. You know, we do understand that Black men go through struggles. That's why we're talking about it, so that you can see how we as women view what you guys go through. And this is your opportunity to tell us some of the things that you're going through, because maybe if you share with us what you're going through, we can be a little bit more empathetic to you.
Let's see here. And then that independent mind frame also comes with an attitude.
That's a stereotype. That's a stereotype. It's nothing wrong with a woman being independent, but you know, I can only speak for myself. In a relationship, I don't feel like I should be independent. I don't want to be independent. I want to be able to depend on the person that I'm in love with or that I'm in a relationship with. So being independent doesn't necessarily mean that a woman has an attitude. It does mean that she doesn't have to put up with no bull crap. Why should she have to put up with some bull crap when she don't need anybody? You know, it's the difference with a woman needs a man and want a man. You know what I'm saying? Like an independent woman, she might need affection or need love or need to be touched, but that also can be a want as well. But just because she know what she wants doesn't mean that she has an attitude, because she's not willing to accept something that she don't want to accept.
Yeah,
exactly.
And then Miles says there's nothing wrong with that, but if we have no kids together, we both going to hustle and work in it. And in time, I probably would tell you to stop working, but I'm not meeting no woman off the top and say stay home.
Yeah,
that's your preference.
That is your preference. You know, like I don't think that independent women are just saying that they don't want to work. Like that's not everybody. I know women that make a ton of money, and their struggle in relationships is they'll get with a man and that man feel like, oh, she making like $100,000 a year. She don't need me for nothing. But she's like, I know I make a lot of money, but I still want a man to take me out on a date.
Yeah.
I still want a man to buy me things. Just because I'm independent and I make a lot of money doesn't mean that I don't want a man to take care of me. But Rio stated they still want to feel needed. A woman still wants you. A woman still needs you to show her that you love her and that you're willing to provide for her, even if she don't need you to provide for her. So you guys, y'all put in your own mind that these independent women act like they don't need nothing. Well, if we didn't need anything, we wouldn't even communicate with you or talk to you, you know? So sometimes it could be things that a woman needs that's not even monetary at all.
Yeah.
At all.
Carl says this conversation will be a whole lot more intellectual if my comments weren't broken down, read as one, actual have a word for a word verbatim.
Can he be joined in so he can speak his piece?
He can. Carl, you ready? Let's see. I think he is one of the ones that's on.
Yeah, something going on with Instagram. It locked me out my account. Then I got in and now it's just checking for connection. So we can't even add Rio back on at this time.
What? He said no.
Okay, well, that's that. All right, so the next topic is what benefits are there for dating a Black man? So, Carl, as a Black man, what benefits do you feel like there are for dating a Black man? And while we wait for you to type in your comments, Ine Devon, what benefits do you see that there are for dating a Black man?
I don't. I think it's just, for one, relating. You know, I think, to be truthful, as a black woman, I want to feel like, which is crazy that, like Carl said something about we're supposed to uplift. I'm one of those that,
Where did he get that from that we don't uplift?
I don't know, but protecting, uplifting, that's something I'm big on. You know, like, want to make sure that my dude good.
Mhm.
That, you know, if he's struggling with something, giving him different avenues or different ways to, you know, solve a problem or whatnot. I want to be able to love my black man, like, through it all. But my thing is, I'm not gonna let you shit on me.
Mhm.
And that's the biggest thing. It's like, because a black woman is there for you, and she going through a lot of stuff, which is, I feel like sometimes that we are being taken for granted. But, you know, when that happens, it's not that we're just done away or throw our black men to the wayside. It's just the fact that we're more careful with our picking and choosing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's not the same. It's different. I can't say that we've taken away. I'm not saying that we've taken away from our black men. Again, that's my preference. I want to be with a black man. But I mean, shit. Who gonna treat me right?
Mm-hmm. I think the benefits of dating a black man, it's gonna be per each individual. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be from your experience. It's gonna be like, what did you want? What were your expectations, and what did you actually receive? I pretty much only date black men, so you know I have a lot of experience when it comes to, you know, what I think about a black man or what the benefits are. Like you say, it's relatable. You know, 9 times out of 10, y'all probably grew up the same, under the same traditions, pretty much the same religion, the same type of black mama. You know, you can relate to a lot of things. I love the black skin. I love everything about the black man, his body. You know, it just depends on the person, because I've dated some good black men. I've dated some really horrible black men. So you can't really categorize all men or all black men together, because you're going to have some men that know how to love a woman and treat a woman. And you're going to have some that ain't never been loved and that's just going to treat a woman like shit. So the benefits of dating a black man is probably the same benefits that a white woman have from dating a white woman. But from what I see, white man. But what I see in the media, on social media, or just in the world, how they make it look, it looks like the black man loves on other races more than their own black women, because black men have programmed themselves to think that black women are so independent, they got attitudes. No, we don't have attitudes. It's just like y'all have been through some things, women have been through some things as well.
So I guess Miles is saying that the benefit is going to be protection, provider, stability. But I feel like it's crazy that he's saying that, because I can't say that he's saying the same thing from the conversation we just had. It sounds like a contradiction.
Okay, he's saying what now?
He's saying that black men are, the benefits is protection, provider, and stability.
Okay, and I can appreciate receiving that from a black man.
That's understandable, but again, he was just not saying that not too long.
No, that's because he couldn't get past the fact that you didn't want to work. He said you still gonna work. So he is crossing 2 different conversations together.
Come on, Carl.
Okay, now they're saying it's something going on with Instagram. I'm not sure why y'all can't hear me, but it went down, it locked me out, now it's back on. I don't know why you guys can't hear. Okay, you got it now. You probably have to turn your volume up. All right.
So it's adding for whatever reason. Carl, you have to go in and click the button to add or something.
All right. So For the viewers that's just getting back on, since we had some technical difficulties on Instagram, we are talking about what benefits are there from dating a black man. You know, ladies, chime in. What benefits have you had from dating a black man? Have you dated outside your race? Do you notice a difference in how a black man treats you versus how another race treats you?
So I've been on dates with white guys, even Nigerians. They're different.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like they're just different. And the reason why I say that is because they were taught different. They were taught how originally, like they still throwback old school, like the man is the provider.
Mm-hmm.
When I say the provider, like you're the sole provider.
Mm-hmm.
And you take care of, you bring home the bacon, your wife cook it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how, you know, some of them are now. Again, not all.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying the white race is just like the black race. You got some that want their wife to work, some that don't, whatever the case may be. And so that's no different. But from what I've seen from some of the Nigerians that I've dated, they're completely different. It's like, no, sit down. you don't work. But some of those are, some of them are aggressive.
Yeah, African men.
Yeah, some of them, not all of them. Some of them are a little bit aggressive.
Mm-hmm. You got some black men. So I'm gonna just say this here. You know, I think it should be more so, what are the benefits of dating the opposite sex? Because if you've never dated outside your race, you really don't know how to compare a black man to another man. All I can speak on is what I've experienced, and I only date black men. You know, and it's some really good benefits of dating men, period, not just the black man. You know, like they can fix your car when you have a car accident. You know, they can put your bumper on, they can cut your grass. You know, like I say, y'all grew up together, not together, y'all grew up kind of like the same because you got both have black moms, and black moms are the same, so you can relate to multiple things. All right, who is that?
Carl. Carl's screen is black.
Is he
always
shy?
Noise.
I have not dated outside my race. I don't judge the person I am dating because all men are different. That is from Tiki Moon. Exactly. So it's always going to be a difference in each individual person that you date. Just like men can't say that all black women are the same, just like we can't say all black men are the same, because different people. We can hear you. We just cannot see you. All right. So, Carl, what would you like to share with us? And thank you for joining Cocktails and Conversations.
Nah, man, I was cool. When I was thinking, every time I tune in, y'all topics might be about one thing, but every time I tune in, that's what I tune in to. So I listen for a little bit and then I tune out.
Okay.
And as far as what a black man can do in a relationship, a black man can do the exact same thing that an Asian can do, that a white man can do, that anybody can do. It's not about what color you are, because any race doing the exact same shit, we just put a color on it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, some of us were groomed differently when we were younger. Like, I'm gonna open the door. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna cut the grass. I'm gonna do all the stuff that a man's supposed to do. That's because I was taught that. A lot of men are taught that because there's no father figure in the picture.
But a father figure don't have to be in the picture. The mom can tell the boy, hey, as my son, you're supposed to take out the trash. You're supposed to cut the grass. You're supposed to open the door for your sisters and for your mom and for your girlfriend.
And how many times have you ever heard that a woman can't raise a man?
I've raised a man, and I taught my son all those things that I just spoke of just now.
Yeah,
Society say a woman can't raise a man, but women raising men every day by themselves.
Like a father doing, because it's something about a father, just like it's something about a mother. A man can instill motherly things into a man, just like a woman can instill fatherly things into a father.
I agree.
You only go so far.
Yeah.
So yeah, your mom might have raised you this way, but if it was coming from your father, it could have been a whole lot stronger.
I agree.
It could have been a whole lot more head faster. You head fast right now, but you could have been a whole lot more head faster coming from a father, because the father gonna give you the man side of the game, just like the mother gonna give you the woman side of the game. It's it's always one side. It will never be equal. You ain't getting from both. And that's why a lot of dudes these days are lacking in how to court a woman because they wasn't groomed like that, they wasn't raised like that, regardless of who raised them. You know what I'm saying? They didn't really get it the way it was supposed to be done. You know what I mean?
So as a black man, are you a father? So what are you doing as a black man and as a father to make sure that your son is doing the things or knowing his responsibility to be a man in this world?
Say we go somewhere and his mother with us. I tell him to open the door for your mom. You know what I'm saying? Open that door. Carry that bag. While your mom carrying that bag, carry that bag. You know, I'm gonna have him do what I'm usually doing. I'm usually gonna open this door. I'm usually gonna carry this bag. But you here, let me show you what to do now. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say it's different when a man is around. Yeah, mama say, why you carry this bag? Well, open that door. But it's not the same when your dad is actually standing right there. He can do everything he's telling you to do, but he basically instilling this into you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And y'all, or a lot of women these days, are looking for these characteristics and these traits in these men when the fathers wasn't there. We all know that the fathers wasn't there.
But it's a lot of men that grew up with their moms and they didn't have dads there that is doing all the things that they were taught by their mom. But I get what you're saying. Like, I have a son, and like you say, it hit different when your dad tell you something. But at the same time, a lot of men have been raised by their moms and their moms tell them. And you have men that actually have listened and they do those. So like, it's a lot, like she says, mama's boys, but it's a lot of mama boys that have taught their sons how to be good men to women.
Most men that were raised by their mom, they're great listeners.
They would great listeners because they've been listening to their mama nag the whole time.
But this is the thing. Even with me, my upbringing didn't come from my mom. My upbringing came from my dad. My dad took more time with me doing everything, like me, my cooking skills, me knowing how to treat a man came from my dad teaching me that. It didn't come from my mom. So again, it's just different. Like if I was just raised solely by my dad, I would be good. Even with my mom not in the picture, because I learned most of everything from him. I can't say that my benefits would have been better if I would have sat down and had some of the same conversations with my mom. They would not have been. I wouldn't be the same person if my dad was not around.
So, Carl, let me ask you this question.
That's on a person basis because nobody knows how the next person's mother or father really are.
Exactly.
So when I'm saying that both parents being there, I'm saying both parents with a, I guess, with a straight mind frame, you know, who already know what they want and what they want for the kid, you know. That's what I mean. So if you got like my father trying to raise me, oh hell no, that ain't gonna work. He was a character. I can't do it, you know what I'm saying? But my stepfather, you know what I'm saying? I watched him get up every morning and go to work. I'm talking about early in the morning. I watched him get out there and cut the grass. He started making me cut the grass. He started making me, when he do barbecue on Saturday, instead of him getting the barbecue get ready, I had my chore that Saturday morning. I got to get up, cut the grass, put the trash out, clean the barbecue grill, make sure it's good, put the coal in there, and have it ready for him.
So you had somebody to instill things in you.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of these cases y'all looking for, y'all expecting these guys to have them and they not have them. So sometimes it might sound a little weak, but sometimes pulling these dudes complicated, man. Instead of you doing this, why not just do that? You know, when you see me doing this, why not help me out? You know what I'm saying? Pull his coat, bring it to his attention because he wasn't raised like
Mm-hmm.
so he don't know, man, I see her putting his lawnmower, man, and he got to get a grass lawnmower.
But see,
I see her putting gas in the lawnmower. You know, they don't know this, man.
but that's kind of hard because you, and again, this is just my only personal opinion. I feel like you asking a woman to go through the process of raising a man.
No, that's relationship got all type of brand new shit. So if anytime some brand new shit come up where a person is lacking in how to treat a person, does that make it a negative? Does that make it a put it on a scale of, oh, I'm raising you as a man, oh, I'm raising you as a woman? No, that just, hey, let me tell you about this. Because I can learn from you and you can learn from me. But the whole time, if you just so pro-woman, so independent, it ain't gonna never work. That independent shit, it works. And it's good and it's bad, you know what I'm saying? It'll backfire. Sometimes you gotta know when to let the reins go. Sometimes you gotta know when to be more peaceful and more stern. A fist ain't gonna work all the time. Sometimes a man wants a woman, whether she independent or not, a woman. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who's feminine. Somebody who's gonna slow it down and talk to him like a woman instead of coming to him like my homeboy. Don't come to me like I'm gonna treat you like
I don't have no problems in that area. So I have a question for you that we asked Rio, our previous guest that was disconnected on our Instagram. It was basically, as a black man, do you feel like an independent woman doesn't appreciate a black man? And is an independent woman viewed as a negative to you?
it's 2022. That independent woman thing took a whole different platform now. Like the fact that women have it in their mind that they don't need a man for anything.
But do a man need a woman for anything?
A man loves a woman. Baby don't never say we don't need a woman. I want a woman. I don't give a fuck how strong I am. Whatever I got going on, I need the woman. But everything, that's my peace, that's my balance, that's how God created us. You know what I'm saying? I'm never too strong for a woman, but it's women out there that's too strong for a man because they refuse to let the reins go and be a woman.
Why do you think that is? No, but you're saying that these women, they act like this. I'm assuming that you've encountered one. So why is it that you think that some women feel that they don't need a man for anything? Like a woman didn't just wake up one morning without nothing happening in her life to say she don't need a man.
Push the law, if a woman can cook, if a woman can raise kids, if a woman can do everything that a man can do, they first thought, I don't need a man. Where did thought come from? Why does I don't need a man have to play a part in it? Why can't you just be a strong woman? Why you just can't be a strong woman? Why I don't need a man?
I think the women that say that they don't need a man have been disappointed by men and are rejected by men. So because you've been disappointed, you've been let down, you've been hurt, you feel like I don't need this in my life. I've been doing it, I can make it, by myself. And that brings me to the next topic is marriage something that people in 2022 still aspire to have?
Everybody been hurt. It's because you get hurt, your excuse is shut down.
That's most people's first defense mechanism is to shut down and to shut out.
And when you shut down and you shut out, you gotta accept everything that comes with it. See, we human creatures, we are, what's the word I'm looking for? We, in a sense, verbal. We verbal by nature, but we're supposed to talk. If you take a person and put them in a room by itself, well, he can't talk to everybody. His ass gonna go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because he has nobody to talk. As humans, we're supposed to communicate. We're supposed to talk to each other. That's part of sanity. So when you shut down, it fucks what you're saying. When you don't want to talk and all that, it fucks what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? What was the question you just asked?
Do people still aspire to get married? Like, do you value marriage?
Man, I'm telling you something. I ain't never been married in my life. And the reason why is I have an old mentality when it comes to marriage. Right now, it's like a party crazy right now. It's just something to do. You know what I'm saying? People just doing it just so they can say, I'm married. That's not me. My mentality was married. My grandma's mentality was married. When I get married, it's bad. You know what I'm saying? We're going to stick it out. If I go cheat, goddamn, you better go away. You Coach, I ain't gonna know. We're gonna work this shit through. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep this family going. And that's why the world the way it is right now, because everything is so fucking whitewashed. Nobody wants to put up with anything. God gave us burden. And part of our burden is not just stuff that He placed upon us, but stuff that other people place upon us too. You gotta be able to be strong and withstand it and keep moving. You know what I'm saying? Everybody be so quick to throw the towel in these days. So we ain't gonna get nowhere.
But I think people don't acknowledge the meaning behind marriage. You know, like I think that when you get married to somebody, you shouldn't think about divorce. That shouldn't be the first thing. Like, oh, this happened, you pissed me off, I'm unhappy, or the money ain't right. The first thing to do is to just run. You know, so if you having your mentality like, okay, well, as soon as this nigga ain't acting right, I'm gonna divorce his ass. You shouldn't even be thinking about getting married in the first place.
I ain't been married because nobody had my mentality.
But it just takes communication and steady talking to people, and you can't assume that everybody think or feel the same way. You know, like I say, you might feel like a woman being independent. Sometimes people heal differently. You know, most women, I can guarantee you, if they're screaming that they don't need a man, they just saying it because they really don't need one. But most women want a man. Most women want to be loved. Most women want to feel needed, just like men want to feel needed. But when you continuously fall for the wrong person and they disappoint you, they take from you, they hurt you. No, this is per person. This goes for man or woman. No. This applies to a man or a woman. You cannot control what a person do to you. So when somebody does something to you and it hurts you, it might put fear in you and make you feel like, you know what, I'm never going to be vulnerable enough or let my guard down enough to allow somebody to get that close to me to where they can hurt me. Because if you don't care about somebody, they cannot hurt you.
You know what? The relationships are really right now these days. Back in the day, Grandpa courted Grandma. He had to work hard for the cookies. He still had to work hard. He still Grandpa had to work. He really courted. You know what I'm saying? Nobody courted. Nobody courted.
That's a lie. That's a lie. People court these days. Y'all just call it hanging out. I dated and I courted. I'm courting now. And Gucci too.
When Grandpa courted Grandma had Grandma full attention. Grandma wouldn't court 3-4 other niggas. So he got to see who Grandma really was. He dealt with Grandma and Grandma dealt with him.
So that's the exclusive dating he talking
Yeah,
about.
but you dating and then courting.
But that's because they were courting. They wasn't dating. So you have a difference. You dating somebody and then you're exclusive. So exclusive is equivalent to courting. So when you get in an exclusive relationship with somebody and you're only dating that person, yeah, that's when you're getting to know them, everything about them, spending the most of your time with them.
If you go to the bank right now, you don't know nothing about stock market. You go to the bank and say, hey, I want to get into the stock market. I want to put some money into the stock market. Are you not expecting something back from them?
Yeah, I'm gonna expect something back if I'm going, but I'm gonna have my information before I go.
Wait a minute. You don't know about the stock market.
But if I don't know about the stock market, I'm not gonna go invest my money in it.
If I'm investing in you, I want to make sure I'm getting something back about this.
Then that's why you take your time to get to know. You got to take your time to get to know a person first. So with the example, with the example that you gave, if I'm going to the bank to invest in some stock, first of all, with my money, we talking about my money, not the money that you gave me, my money that I work hard for. I'm not investing my money into something that I don't have no clue about. So that's the first part right there. I'm not investing no money in something that I don't know about. If I'm gonna invest my money into some stock, guarantee I done did my research on it. Yes, I have taken the dude I'm dating that I'm in a relationship with now. I done took out on a date.
Wait. You took a new man out on the date?
Like somebody that just fell in my inbox and they was like, "Hey, what's up?" And I be like, "Why don't you let me take you out?" No.
You'll be on a date right now.
No, I have never taken a guy out on a date that I didn't know. But if it's somebody that I'm hanging out with, we kicking it, I'm trying to get to know you, I like you, I think you cute, I want to see what you're talking about. Yes, I have taken a guy out on a date, a guy that I was never even intimate with. I've taken out on dates because I don't have a problem with dating.
That statement you just put out there, you want to make sure you know everything you know before you invest into it. That's from a woman's perspective.
But I feel like you would never know.
We got no choice but to jump out there. We don't know what we're getting into.
I don't.
No, we was talking about money and banking, not relationships. It's a
He
difference.
just used it.
Hey, it was all tied in.
He just used it as a metaphor.
But you
This
can't
is my
invest
thing.
in a person that you don't know. You got to get to know them
But you
before
do. But
invest.
if you're dating somebody or you courting somebody, you
Well,
are
you're
investing
investing.
into that person.
Yeah, but I'm gonna know you or know that I like you before I start investing
But
my
that's all
time
you
in
know.
you.
You just know you like them. I feel like at the end of the day,
Hey, y'all got baby. Women got baby because they get all the benefits from it, and it don't cost them nothing.
It do cost us something because every man that's trying to do something, trying to get something. We gotta fight y'all ass off because y'all trying to get something.
Even if, hold up, even if a man take you out, how many men went out that took you out on a date and then get shit back in return?
They got my
they
time.
got your time and attention.
You ain't never went out on a date with me. When you go out on a date with me, you gonna get so much more than sex. Sex don't even need to come to the table, and you're gonna get something out of that date.
What makes a woman think that her time is worth more than
Have you met me? Have you met me? Nigga. Nigga. I am the life of the party. You're gonna have a good ass time. You're gonna have some great memories. You're gonna have fun. You're gonna laugh.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this.
I ain't expecting nothing from you no more than what you're willing to offer. No, you don't. You ain't got to get out of pocket. You just got to know what to say. You got to know what to say.
Time out. So, true. Let's back this up. Do you know what a woman go through to meet a new dude? To go out on a date with a dude? You feel like we don't spend no money to go out and be cute for you? To meet you for the first time?
We got to get our hair done, nails done, lashes done.
But I'm saying you making it seem like all we have to do is show up. There's a process of showing. There's a process in showing up. No, absolutely not. No.
First of all, who wearing kids on a date?
Who even still wear kids? Where them things at?
Make sure you have that conversation. You do that on the regular. Men, on the other hand, I'm a rough nigga. I just so happen to be shaved today, but I'll go a week or 2 or 3 without shaving. I don't give a damn.
But if you're going on a date, you need to make sure you shave. Make sure your shirt is white. Make sure your teeth is clean and white. Make sure you got on some cologne and you smell good and your haircut lined up right. That's it.
I'm gonna say this in relation to
And have some money to pay for that meal.
to getting to know a person.
Don't be trying to take no woman Dutch on the first date. That's lame. That's ghetto.
I feel like from my learning, I've learned and I've seen, it takes a lot more for Black couples to get married.
No, I have to disagree.
And I'm gonna tell you why. Let me explain to you why. Because of that reason. Let me tell you something. How many Black people you know get married after 2 weeks?
It's not common.
It's not. But how many white people you know get married after 2 weeks?
I don't know. I don't really know a lot of white people.
No, it is. It's very much so. And I'm gonna tell you, the thing is, and some of them marriages last a long time. But the problem with it is
I think there's a lot of complacency with relationships where it's just like, okay, that person is gonna be there. They're not going nowhere. So you feel like you can treat a person any kind of way and they're supposed to stay. And that's the thing, because a lot of people feel like, oh, we're supposed to go through the struggle together. But how long you feel like you're gonna drag me through the mud before I'm like, you know what, fuck this shit, I'm tapped out. The suicide,
Relationship killer.
huh?
I'm gonna tell you the main relationship killer. The main relationship killer. Niggas gonna be bad at this. You can get pussy before you can get a hot bed. You can get penis before you can get a cardio pay.
I mean, that's
the main thing.
that's all true.
Everybody out here doing what they want to do. One can get you can man, go look at your inbox. I guarantee it's about 40 niggas in there want to pay your light bill, want to pay all types of shit just so they can get in your drawers.
Get out my inbox. You in my business. Don't do that.
I guarantee every man that is tuned into this can go get some cookies right now. We can roll up out the bed from this gas and go get some cookies right now from somebody else. It's so
Why is that so important to y'all?
if you gonna make it easy for me to get them shit, I'm gonna go get it.
But it's men that don't even get it. That's so thirsty for it. Like, why are y'all so easy? Like, why
Men are
is
really easy.
why is that so important to y'all? Like, y'all
They
can't.
ain't had no value on the penis.
I would say the same thing about women. Because like I said, I can be some hoops where I can get a hot bill.
But it's not that serious to me.
I can't call on men to cook me something, but I can call on men to open their legs out.
You need to talk to a different meaning if she ain't gonna even cook for you. Golly.
I'm just saying, that's what I'm trying to show you, man. Y'all saying, y'all make it.
I think that is. I agree to a certain extent.
We wouldn't have no option to think about it.
Yeah, I agree to a certain extent. I feel like it's a lot of men that cheat because there's so many women that's willing to have an affair with them. They want to feel like they're the better woman, or the other woman, like, ooh, I made your nigga cheat on you. You know, like they get some kind of gratification out of that. And to me, they're a weak woman. But like, as a man, I don't even understand like why people get married if they know that they still want to entertain other people. That's crazy to me. And that's why I wonder, like, do people still value marriage?
It got anything to do with entertaining other people. I think it got more to do with your bed. It got more. Because if you keep me entertaining it, and I'm focused because I know it's gonna be a show when you got there shows closed. But I'm gonna go back to the party somewhere else for.
Just because that's you.
You taking care of me, you taking care of me, man.
But that's not always the case.
Yeah, those not my issues.
That's not but because I'm gonna tell you why. Some people are stuck in their ego, and because they can't feel like they don't feel like the man they need to be, they go fuck with people that make them feel like the man they need to be. A lesser woman. So I don't know.
Well, if a woman able to see all that in the man that she's weak, hey, I can't believe her, she fell out. If you can see this in the relationship, why stick around? When it's strange, you fell about that motherfucker.
But that's the whole point. That's why a lot of relationships not lasting, because now I'm tapped the fuck out on your ass. Because guess what? It's not me that's the problem, it's you.
Everybody tap out with you now.
What?
Hey, everybody tap out with you. Everybody tap out with you. Like, I quit. I know a lot of dudes that just, man, you know what? I don't even want to do this no more. And sleep.
I don't understand. Like, what's the point of you getting married if you're just gonna tap out and say I quit? Like, why don't you just date and then just break up? Why even get married?
I can't speak for them because I ain't never been married, so I don't know. I haven't experienced that.
So what does marriage mean to you? And then we're gonna wrap this up because we're hitting the 2-hour mark. So like, what does marriage mean to you?
Marriage is something, man, sacred, man. Marriage is something that you're supposed to take to heart. You know what I'm saying? If I'm giving you all of me through God, and you giving me all you through God, man, what else is there to say?
Have you given up on Black women? Okay. Just checking. I'm guessing you're not an athlete. He's not an athlete. All right, so I have one last question for you, and I don't know if you may have a question for you, but since you say every time you tune in, what's something that you would like for us to discuss on this show? You say uplift niggas? Okay. Well, we could definitely do that.
Anytime I'm tuning in, you beat me up. I'm a tune out.
I ain't been beating up nobody.
When a man going off and a man sitting there like that because he's somewhere else, he's there no more.
Okay.
You must be talking to her because she the one that say she can get aggressive. All right, so listen, I love the topic about uplifting one another. I don't know if you follow me on my personal page. I am a super supporter, especially of Black businesses. I've been promoting on my page. I got a cousin that makes body scrub, lotion, and perfume and candles. And I made a video I posted on my page. It's all natural products. So when somebody tell me that they trying to do something with their business, they trying to get better, they trying to improve, hey, let me try it out. I'm gonna promote your business if it's good. I'm all about supporting my people, my family, Black businesses are just good businesses, period. So we can definitely have a show where we're uplifting and talk about how you can help somebody, become greater at what they do. Like just talk about manifestation and just building and just being better as one. We could definitely have that. Missy Nay, do you have any questions for Carl before we log off? I'm not hating on a Black man. I love Black men. I got a Black man that I love on all the time.
Listen.
I love my Black man.
I'm gonna say this. I'm all about love. Love me. I love you. We love each other. And again, our blood all the same color. That's all I'm gonna say. Again, my preference is my Black men, but hey, it is what it is.
All right. So listen,
What you say?
Say what you said. See, he choking now. He said you're gonna get a white man. Hey, love is love. You love who you love. Color should not, matter. All right, so we went over Black men and the struggles they live with. How do women perceive vulnerable Black men? Do men feel Black women are too independent to appreciate Black men? What benefits are there from dating a Black man or woman? And is marriage something you or your peers aspire to do? So we've touched on every topic that we had today. And we thank you for joining us. We thank you for your feedback, your opinions. And remember, you can join us every Wednesday.
I'm going to say this before we go. I think there's a lot of broken communication between our Black men and our Black women. I think Black men needs to come off the fact that it's not a lot of male bashing. Again, it's a level of understanding. Because again, at the end of the day, if you make a Black woman feel some type of way to where I can't come to you, then
come over so they can see you in the camera.
Anyway, if a Black woman cannot come to her Black man and feel comfortable about expressing herself, it's going to cause conflict.
And a Black man should be able to be vulnerable with his woman to talk to her.
Be able to be vulnerable and go to her and talk to her about anything. So I will say we got to do better at communicating, period. And again, keep in mind that at the end of the day, we may agree to disagree, but as long as we understand where each other is coming from, it's going to make a world of difference. We got to be able to understand. So that's it for me. We do appreciate you guys tuning in. and participating in our live. We'll be back Wednesday,
8 o'clock
8 o'clock.
Central Standard Time.
Cocktails and Conversations with
Jamila
Ine Devon.
and Miles.
And y'all say hey to Carl.
No, you're not Miles, but you know Miles be with us, but he out of town right now. Thank you, Miles, for joining, even though you joined and ruffled some feathers. Do you hear him, Miles? He said he got you.
Yeah,
Whatever.
good. Y'all have a good night.
All right. Thank y'all for joining.